Hello children, I'm going to make this video for you to practice pie chart. Okay, it's going to be in the exam and it's very easy for you to practice it. Now you will see. Remember that all the charts are a graphical representation of data. Okay, sometimes you have certain data that instead of seeing it in tables or in sheets, you can look at it in a graph. Okay, a pie chart always have a title. Okay, you have a title. You have what it's called the keys. Okay, these are the keys. The keys are the colors and the different meanings. Okay, the green part of the pie chart means sleeping, the violet one socializing, and so on. Also, pie chart has percentage. Okay, the percentage is how much of that pie chart, that is the whole pie chart, is 100%. How much of that percentage represents that key. Okay, for example, attacking gazelles represent 5%. But the important part is that here you have the information as percentage. Okay, now sometimes you want to organize the information because it will be easier to answer the questions. Okay, you want to answer the question by completing this table. Okay, you have to complete this table. How do you complete this table? Well, first you have to find the category. Okay, for example, let's say sleeping. Sleeping. Okay, now the data. What is the data? The data is the quantity that is representing that percentage. For example, a typical day represents 24 hours. Okay, so 24 hours, no percentage, 24 hours. Okay, 24 hours. Now you have the data in percentage. Okay, you are in this part. You want to convert it to a fraction. And sleeping, which is the percentage for sleeping? 8%, 80%, 80% divided 100%. Is this a fraction? Okay, this is 4/5. Okay, so the angle is the percent is 80%. Now you have the fraction here. This is a fraction. Okay, when you have percentage and you divide it by 100%, you have the fraction. Now, if you want the quantity of data, okay, this quantity, this value here, the quantity, what you do? You multiply that fraction with the total. The total is 24 hours. So you can do 4/5 multiply 24 hours. And how much is this? This is 19.2. Okay, so this is 19.2 hours. And if you want to find the angle, what you do? 4/5 multiply 360. Okay, 360 degrees. And how much is this? 288 degrees. Okay, so this is when you give you the information in percentage, you convert it as a fraction, and once that you have a fraction, you can multiply it with the total, in this case 24 hours, or with 360 degrees, and you have the degrees. Okay, and then you start computing this table. For example, let's say that you wanna complete the table for socializing. Okay, first, since they give you the information as a percentage, you have to find the fraction, which is the percentage for socializing, 7%. So I'm gonna write it here. 7% divided 100%. This is 0.07. If this fraction, this value, or 7/100 is the same, or 7/100. If this fraction you multiply with the total, that is 24 hours, you have the time in hours that represent that percentage. Multiply 24 hours, this is 1.68. So this is 1.68 hours, okay? and the percentage is 7%, and the angle 7 divided 100 multiply 360. This is 25.2. 25.2. Okay, so the angle is 25.2. Okay, so let's say, for example, you have another exercise. Okay, another exercise that they give you and then you continue completing the table, and then, for example, you can answer the question. The question can be, how many times does the lion or do the lion spend socializing? Well, they spend socializing 1.68 hours. Okay, how many hours do they spend sleeping? Okay, they spend sleeping 19.2 hours. Okay, once you complete the table, you have all the information organized, and you can answer the questions of the exam. Okay, different questions that are easy to answer. Once you complete the table, they're really easy to answer. In work example number 7 in the book, you have a table. Sorry, it's not complete because I can't move the screen. You have a table, and what you do? The first thing you do is you complete those values, you turn those values as a fraction. Okay, is a day. What is a day? A day is 24 hours. So 7 divided 24 is the fraction. When you multiply that fraction with 360, you have the degrees. The sleeping is 8 hours. 8 hours divided the total 24 hours, you have this fraction. When you multiply it with 360, you have the degrees. And once you have a degrees, you can use a protractor to draw the pie chart. Here, you draw a circle to represent the whole day, use a ruler and a protractor to measure its sector, label the chart, and give it a title. Okay, you give it a title, you use a protractor to measure the angles, and for each pie sector of a circle, you use a different color, and this is the key. So you tell me what, okay, the orange one means school, okay? And here you have the same table organized differently with the number of hours and the angle, the sleeping and the angle, the eating and the angle. And with these angles, you can make the pie chart, okay? This example, for example, exercise 4, sorry. You have a pie chart, okay, and you have different angles. So this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees. This fraction, these angles, you can't really tell. You can use a protractor, okay? You can use a protractor to measure these angles. And once you have the angles, you can tell me which fraction those students are Chinese. The fraction is this angle measured with a protractor divided 360, okay? So Chinese, what is Chinese? The blue. Okay, the blue, this is 90 degrees. So 90 degrees divided 360 is the fraction, okay? What percentage? If you multiply that fraction with 100%, you have the percentage. It's like this. It's this part over here. You have the information in angles, you divide it by 360, and you have the fraction. With that fraction, you multiply by the percentage, and you have the percentage in data. And if you want to know how much of the total is, you multiply by the total, and you have the quantity. Okay. This example, for example, you have a table, okay, frequency, and you can tell me, you can figure out what is the total frequency. So let's do this example exercise. Okay, you have this table, okay, with you want to make a pie chart with this information. So a pie chart will have different sectors, one representing English, one Spanish, one Chinese, one Italian, one French, one German, and one Japanese. Okay, in this case, you have the information given in quantities, the frequency. Okay, the first thing you have to do is you want to know the total frequency. I sum them all, and the total is 698. So this is the total. Now you want to find the fraction for each one of these. Okay, so for example, let's say I want to find the fraction. Fraction, what is the fraction? 130 divided 698, okay, 144 divided 698, okay, and so on. You have all the fractions, okay. If you want to measure, to know the angles, to draw a pie chart, you have that fraction, you have to multiply it, with 360 degrees. So for example, you want to know what the percentage, of English, okay? You go to this information, to this table, and says, since you have the information expressed as certain data, in this case frequency, and you divide it by the total, that is 698, you have the fraction. If that fraction you multiply by 360, you have the degrees. So for example, this is 130 divided 698 multiplied by 360. This is 77.05 degrees. Okay, so this is the degrees. So that is the degrees. And if you want to make a pie chart, the first thing you have to do is to draw a circle. Let's say if I have shapes here, you draw a circle. Okay, so this is a circle, more or less. This is a circle. Now I can do an horizontal line here, and with a protractor I can measure 67 degrees. For example, let's say that this is 67 degrees. So this will be this sector. I can paint it in one color, for example, this color over here, and I do the key. This color means English. This color means English. Now let's do it for Spanish. Spanish is this fraction divided 360. 144 divided 698 multiplied 360. This is the angle 74.27 degrees. So starting from this side, you will measure 74. For example, let's say you measure this with a protractor. You use a different color, and you say, well, using the key, this color means Spanish. Spanish. And you can continue measuring all the angles and drawing the pie chart. Always you have to put a title. In this case, the title will be, so this can be the title, the pie chart with different colors, the keys with different colors, and that's how you complete a pie chart. If you want to know, what percentage of person represent that frequency of English, for example, if you want a complete percentage, what do you do? What do you do? This fraction, 130 by 688, you multiply by 100%, because when you have the fraction and you multiply by 100%, you have the percentage for that information, for that data, okay? So we can do 130 divided 698 multiplied by 100. This will represent 18.62%. Okay, so 18.62% represents the number of English speaking language, for the number of people passing through an international airport. Okay, and yes, you can complete the table like this. You can complete the table as this. Okay, here I didn't write the fraction, but for example, you can do another column like this with the fraction. And now you know that that fraction is the one that you're going to be using to convert to the other units. Okay, let's see one last thing. So here's the answer. For example, number 2, this home language of people passing through international airports. Okay, you We have the pie chart with the different colors, okay, different sectors that you measure with the protractor, okay, and then the different colors for the key. Okay, I hope this helped you by analyzing how to work with the pie charts.